everyone. Today, we will explore poultry farms in the United States, where millions of poultry are raised on vast grasslands. Currently, duck and turkey farms are also thriving, especially in states with large farming areas such as California, Iowa, Nebraska, Texas, and Minnesota. According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, by the end of 2021, the total number of poultry in the U.S. was estimated at around 813 million, with chickens accounting for approximately 64%. Ducks make up a very small proportion, only about 0.04% of the total poultry population. Currently, the majority of poultry in the US are raised in industrial farms, with only 7% being free range on grasslands. Our journey begins at a duck farm in Tipton County, Indiana, where duck farming is quite developed. At this farm, all ducks are raised for egg production. Every day, hundreds of ducks are released onto the large grasslands adjacent to the farm to freely forage and eat small insects. According to statistics, by the end of 2021, Indiana had approximately 275 duck farms with a total duck population of about 27.5 million. The Culver Farm in Middlebury has the largest number of ducks, with over 11 million. Most ducks in Indiana are raised in enclosed barns, with only about 17 farms allowing ducks to graze on grasslands. In addition to natural food, farm workers supplement the ducks' daily diet with grains and cereals to enhance their egg-laying capacity. Free-range ducks can lay between 280 and 300 eggs per year, while ducks raised in industrial farms can lay up to 350 eggs. Since there are no ponds or small lakes, the farm uses water troughs for the ducks to bathe, helping them relax and increase egg production. Every morning, after the ducks are released onto the grasslands, workers collect around 200 eggs daily. The duck slaughtering process begins when ducks are transported by specialized trucks from the farm to the slaughterhouse. During transportation, ducks are provided with sufficient space, ventilation, and water to reduce stress. Upon arrival, USDA inspectors check the duck's health to ensure there are no signs of disease or infection. Ducks that do not meet standards are removed from the production line. To ensure humane slaughter, ducks are anesthetized before slaughter. Common methods include passing them through a low-voltage water bath to render them unconscious. Some facilities use carbon dioxide gas to stun the ducks before slaughter. The ducks are then immersed in a hot water bath, around 55 to 60 degrees Celsius, to soften their feathers, making the plucking process easier. The ducks are passed through a plucking machine with rotating rubber fingers to quickly and efficiently remove feathers. The feathers are collected for recycling or used as raw materials for making blankets and pillows. After cleaning, the ducks are cooled with cold water or a misting system to reduce their temperature to below 4 degrees Celsius, preventing bacterial growth. Ducks may be sold whole or cut into parts such as breasts, thighs, and wings. Some products are further processed into items like roasted duck, smoked duck, or duck sausages. The duck meat is vacuum packed to extend its shelf life. After packaging, the duck meat is frozen -18 degrees Celsius or refrigerated between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius before being transported to supermarkets, restaurants, or for export. Next, we will visit a turkey farm in Minnesota. Here, turkeys that meet the criteria are moved out of the farm to start a new life. Newly hatched turkeys look quite similar to chicks and are cared for in the same way. Three-week-old turkeys are kept in enclosures for the first 2 months of their lives before being released to graze freely on grasslands. Currently, there are about 2,500 turkey farms in the US, with Minnesota having the largest number, approximately 667 farms. After about 2 months, the turkeys are released to forage freely. According to statistics, at the beginning of 2022, there were about 224 million turkeys nationwide, with around 44 million raised in Minnesota. Only 7% of turkeys in the US are free range. At another farm in Minnesota, there are about 570 black turkeys. Mature turkeys on farms typically weigh between 30 and 40 pounds, while wild turkeys weigh only about 15 to 20 pounds. In the evening, the turkeys are herded into mobile coops to protect them from predators. The slaughtering process begins when workers capture and transport the turkeys to processing plants. Turkeys are transported from the farm to the slaughterhouse in specialized vehicles to minimize stress. Upon arrival, they are health checked by USDA inspectors to ensure they are disease-free. To ensure humane slaughter, turkeys are usually anesthetized before being slaughtered. Common methods include passing them through a low-voltage water bath to render them unconscious. Some slaughterhouses use carbon dioxide gas to stun the turkeys before slaughter. After being stunned, the turkeys are hung upside down on a processing line. Automatic blades or workers cut their carotid arteries to drain the blood. The turkeys are then immersed in a hot water bath, around 60 degrees Celsius, to loosen their feathers. Next, they pass through a rotating machine to remove the feathers quickly. After cleaning, The turkeys are cooled with cold water or mist to prevent bacterial growth. USDA inspectors check the product quality to ensure there are no signs of disease or contamination. Turkeys may be sold whole or cut into parts such as breasts, thighs, and wings. Some products are further processed into items like turkey bacon or sausages. Vacuum packaging helps extend shelf life and ensures safe storage. The turkeys are refrigerated minus 18 degrees Celsius and transported to supermarkets, restaurants, or for export. Next, we will visit a free-range chicken farm in Iowa, which has the largest chicken population in the country, with over 61 million chickens. Here, more than 900 chicks are raised for 3 weeks before being moved to grasslands. Currently, there are about 196,000 chicken farms operating in the US, with only about 11% being free-range farms. 2-week-old chicks will be moved to grasslands after about 10 more days to start a new life. Chickens on this farm are raised for meat, so their diet differs from that of egg-laying chickens. About 90% of their feed consists of cornmeal and beans. After 3 weeks, workers capture and cage the chickens before transporting them to grasslands. On the grasslands, mobile coops with roofs are prepared to welcome the new members. The meat quality of free-range chickens is often preferred over that of caged chickens. When the chickens reach 4 months of age, they are captured and transported to slaughterhouses. In addition to meat farms, the US also has about 3,400 free-range chicken farms for egg production. Eggs from these farms are typically more expensive than those from enclosed farms. Each year, the US produces about 97 billion eggs, with approximately 11 billion coming from free-range farms. Finally, we will visit the state of Texas to learn about its farming activities. Although Texas's total agricultural product value is less than half of California's, the number of farms in Texas is much larger. According to statistics, in 2021, Texas had about 248,000 operating farms, accounting for 77% of the state's land area, with agricultural revenue of approximately $22.1 billion. In contrast, California has only 69,000 farms, but generates more than $49 billion in revenue. The most common agricultural products in Texas include livestock farming, cotton, dairy, broiler chickens, and corn. Livestock farming is the largest source of income, generating approximately $12.3 billion, which accounts for nearly 50% of the state's agricultural revenue. Texas is also famous for its large-scale livestock farming. At a goat farm in Hill County, there are over 600 Spanish goats. Every morning, the goats are released to graze freely. According to statistics, in 2021, Texas had about 943,000 goats, most of which are raised for meat. The goat farming process in the US involves standard barns that are high, airy, and avoid dampness. They have roofs to protect the goats from sun and rain. Fences are 1.5 to 2 meters high to prevent goats from jumping out. The average area is 2 to 4 square meters per goat for enclosed farming and 500 square meters per goat for free-range farming. Goats mainly eat grass, leaves, straw, and supplemented grains. In the US, many farms apply scientific nutrition to optimize productivity. Main feed includes alfalfa, Bermuda grass, and wheat straw. Supplemental feed includes grains, corn, soybeans to promote rapid weight gain. Minerals, calcium, phosphorus, help strengthen bones. Each goat drinks about 3 to 6 liters of water per day and needs a clean water source. Large farms in the US have strict disease control systems to prevent foot and mouth disease, pneumonia, and parasites. Goats are monitored by veterinarians to detect early signs of illness. Regular disinfection and bedding replacement reduce the risk of infection. In addition, Texas also has a highly developed dairy industry. Currently, Texas is the 4th largest milk-producing state in the US, after California, Wisconsin, and Idaho, with over 600 active dairy farms. According to USDA data, in 2021, Texas had about 625,000 dairy cows, producing over 14 billion pounds of milk annually. At a dairy farm in Texas, the most common dairy breeds are Holstein, Jersey, and Brown Swiss. Texas has vast grasslands, which are an important source of natural feed for the cows. Every morning, the cows are released onto large grasslands spanning hundreds to thousands of acres to roam freely and forage on natural vegetation such as grass, shrubs, and nutrient-rich plants. Additionally, there are large barns with temperature control systems to reduce heat stress. Farms use cooling systems, fans, and misting systems to maintain stable temperatures. The main feed for cows includes alfalfa, hay, natural grass, and supplemented with nutritious feed such as corn, barley, and soybeans. Each dairy cow drinks about 30 to 50 gallons, 110 to 190 liters of water per day. A day at a dairy farm begins early in the morning when farmers start milking the cows. On average, each dairy cow can produce 6 to 7 gallons of milk per day. Dairy cows are typically milked 2 to 3 times a day. Before milking, the cow's udders are cleaned and disinfected to ensure hygiene. Most dairy farms in Texas use automatic milking machines, which save time and ensure hygiene. The milk is immediately cooled to around 4 degrees Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit, to prevent bacterial growth. Fresh milk is stored in stainless steel tanks and then transported to processing plants within 24 hours. Some farms also use automatic milking systems to save time and increase productivity. At the processing plant, the milk is pasteurized to kill harmful bacteria before being distributed to the market. The dairy industry in Texas is one of the most important agricultural sectors, combining traditional farming practices with modern technology. Thanks to sustainable development, the milk production process in Texas not only ensures high quality and food safety, but also contributes to bringing US dairy products to the global market. We hope the information above helps you better understand the poultry and livestock farming processes in the United States.